Hey, what is up YouTube? This is the TimeWizard here. Today I got a deck profile for you guys. I'm going to be profiling my Gishki Zielgigas OTK deck. It's not really too much of an OTK deck, it just has a pretty good potential chance of it happening. But I really like this archetype. I don't see too many people using it. Last time I've ever heard anyone really using Gishkis was for the Gishki FTK, which involved decking your opponent out. So this is nothing like that deck, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So here we go. So I run 3 copies of Gishki Abyss. What this guy lets you do is when he's summoned, you can add a Gishki monster from your deck with 1,000 or less defense, except for himself. So he's pretty much your recruiter. Unfortunately, he's a level 2 star monster, and he's got low stats, but otherwise, I guess he would be a little bit broken, but still a great addition. Next, I run 2 copies of Gishki Beast. And what he does is, when he's normal summoned, I can target 1 level 4 or lower Gishki monster in my graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense. So, what this allows me to do is make 1 turn XYZ plays, lets me go for Abyss again to get another search out. Because it doesn't matter if he's normal or special summon. So this guy is just great. 2 is just a good number. 3, I feel like I drew too much and I was sort of forced to make plays with him. He's more or less there when I need to make small pushes and stuff. Next up, 2 copies of Gishki Chain. I am adding this guy in actually from my previous build, which I don't think I ever profiled, but he's a level 4, and what he does is when he's normal summoned, I get to look at the top 3 cards of my deck. If there's any ritual monsters or ritual spell cards, I can reveal them to my opponent, or reveal 1 of them to my opponent, and add the rest back to add it to my hand. Return the rest of the cards in any order on top of the deck. So that's very important for the deck. It lets me recruit for my Zielgigas and my Aqua Mirrors. And then it lets me replace any cards like I really need right away in any order I want. So the other 2 potential cards, or 3, whatever one I need the most, I'll just put on top. And he's beefy at 1800 attack, so he's pretty good. Next, I run 3 copies of Gishki Shadow. This is your recruiter for your Gishki spell card, the Aqua Mirror. You just pitch him to the graveyard. You can set up plays by pitching him, then go Gishki Beast, special summon him in defense, XYZ play. Very nice. Next, 2 copies of Gishki Vision. Does the same thing as Shadow, but I pitch it and I get to add the ritual monster. I'm not running 3 because the third one was always dead, and because of the spell's effect to recycle itself and the monster, I would always have the ritual monster in hand, so I really never felt a need to have a third one. And like I said, if I did, it was a dead draw, and I want to avoid that as much as possible in this deck. The 1-ofs, I got 1 Gishki Advance. Once per turn, I can choose a Gishki from my deck and place it on top of the deck. Very important for Zielgigas. Gishki Element, I'm teching this in. It's actually a spirit monster at 1600 attack. This serves a very important purpose to the deck. As we all know, spirit monsters, when they are normal summoned, they are returned back to your hand at the end phase, and they can't be special summoned. So I can't use Beast to get her back from the graveyard then, but she, like I said, she brings a very important purpose to the deck. She draws out traps from my opponent. And what I mean by that, what she does is, when she's normal summoned, negate the effects of all trap cards on the field until the end phase, as long as I control another Gishki monster. So I'll normal summon this. If they don't bottomless this or compulse it, they're screwed. Because then I'll just go my Zielgigas play, and then I won't have to worry about getting Mirror Forced or Deprisoned. So they sort of have to waste a card on this, so she's there to draw out the traps. Next up, I got 3 copies of Gishki Zielgigas. This guy is the nuts. He is just so good. He is a 10-star ritual monster at 3200 attack. That is so beefy right there. And unfortunately, though, he has 0 defense, so he's susceptible to Book of Moon, stuff like that. But once per turn, I can pay 1,000 life points and draw a card off the top of my deck. If it's a Gishki monster, I get to shuffle 1 card on the field back into the respective player's deck. So this just takes care of so many things. And then when I'm done using them, if I get 2 out, I go for Gustav Max. So if I can, I summon 2 of these guys and then go Gustav Max OTK right there if it's all direct attack. So I use this effect to clear the field and then just go swooping on in. This card is just so good. I love this archetype so much. It's too bad though, it doesn't do well. There's too many things that pick apart this deck. Next up for the spells, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon. For destruction, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. 2 Lance to protect Zielgigas and my other plays. 2 Salvage. I can get back just about everything except for Gishki Chain and Elma. But Elma, I don't really need to use her again. But this helps for the OTK, lets me get back Vision and Shadow. 2 more Array of Greed to get options to my hand if I draw too many water monsters. Triple Aquamirror. Like I said before, this card recycles itself. When it's in the graveyard along with a Gishki ritual monster, I can send this back to my deck, and then the ritual monster goes back to my hand. So it's a very awesome card. The best Gishki ritual spell there is. I think there's 3 of them. The other 2 are pretty bad. Onto the traps. 2 Fiendish Chain. 2 Deep Prison. 2 Mirror Force. And then the 1-ofs, Compulse, Bottomless, Black Horn of Heaven, and Solemn Warning. So that's 40 cards even for the whole deck. Onto the extra deck. Nothing too special about this except for maybe like the Gustav Max. But here it is anyway. 1 Gachi Gachi because I do have level 2s, and once in a while it may happen, so he's just there for defense and to stall out. 1 Snow Dutch Giant. If I had a Bahamut Shark, he'd definitely be in here over this guy, and I'd probably remove something else in the extra deck so I could use Bahamut Shark's effect. But he's alright. What he does is you can detach a material from him once per turn and reveal any number of water monsters from your hand and place that many ice counters on face-up monsters on the field. And for each ice counter on the monster, they lose a 200 attack. So he doesn't ever really come out, but I guess he's there. 1 Abyss Dweller. Very nice because he gets the 500 boost because they're water monsters. 1 Evagishki Mirrorgeist. I'd probably take this out for that Bahamut Shark target. This card isn't too great anymore. I thought it was so much better than what it was, but it's alright, I guess. 1 Photon Papilloperative. 1 Maestroke. Cowboy. Black Ship of Corn. Diamond Direwolf. I believe I can actually use Diamond Direwolf on Beast because he is a beast out of all the other sea serpents and fish monsters here for some unknown reason. But if it happens, it happens. That's pretty cool. 1 Utopia. 1 Utopia Ray. And a Gemini Pearl. And then I'm trying out this guy. Sky Palace Ganjarij. This dude, I have no idea how to say that, I'm sorry. But he takes 2 level 10 monsters just like Gustav Max, and I can detach a material from this card to target 1 face-up card my opponent controls, destroy that target. If you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. I only can use this effect once per turn, and this card cannot attack the turn you activate this. But I like his stats though. He is at, if I can get it here, let's see, can you see it? Yep, 3,400 attack and 3,000 defense. So he's a nice wall. And then Gustav Max for the OTK. I could probably throw in another Gustav Max just to have it in case they bomb us or do something to it. But I don't know, the deck's been working out very well. Like I said, there's a lot of things that pick this deck apart that sort of make it hard to use in like the current meta. But who knows, maybe one of these days the meta will change in my favor and I will have this deck ready. But I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'd be more than happy to answer them about this deck. I'm very enthusiastic about it. So, as always guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and I will see you next time.